Retaliation builds have always been great, but they always ran into one single issue. In order to get the full value out of things like Razorwire, you needed to take damage from an enemy, as other than Rex, there wasn't really a consistent way to take damage in a safe way. But with the Seekers of the Storm DLC, we got, shockingly, Seeker, who, with her Sojourn ability, is able to consistently take damage in a safe and, most importantly, constant way, like we've never seen before. Hellfire Tincture can't be cancelled early, and also isn't a survivor skill. Don't comment about it. This is a threat. So here's the build we'll be making to fully min-max the power of this build. First, we'll be starting off with some repulsion armor plates, which will make the damage Sojourn deals to you basically zero. On top of this, we'll be adding topaz brooches into the equation, which aren't affected by the fact that the longer you are in your Sojourn ability, your healing becomes less effective. As for damage, combining Razorwire with a 100% crit chance and one Shatter Spleen is more than enough to shred any enemy that so much as enters our zip code. To make it even crazier though, we'll be grabbing 3 shaped glass and a bunch of varying damage items in order to get the full value out of the multiplicative damage scaling between them. What this ultimately results in is the ability to become fully immortal while constantly proccing Razorwire on any enemy that gets too close to us. All of those Razorwire procs applying bleed as well. I'll talk about it more in a professional sense at the end of the video about how this build is genuinely viable without the Artifact of Command, but for now, sit back and relax as I show you what might possibly be my new favorite build in the game. As those in the Discord will know, I have been playing an absolute just ton of Seeker. I don't know what it is about this character, but I did not think that I would really, mix well with this character, but I don't know, I really enjoy it. In fact, I enjoy it so much, and I feel like she is so good that, I don't think that there's any reason to play anyone else anymore. It's so weird. I feel like I've officially found a main. I'm on E7 with her, I beat E7, I'm on E8 now, with her. I haven't tried it yet because I did it last night, and I'm not gonna stay alive, or stay awake for, 10 years. I don't know why I said alive, that's ominous. For 10 years just to get E8s. I'm not that addicted to the grind. So let me just make sure these are all looped. Yes, they are. And, but it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying Eclipse again. I haven't been on the Eclipse grind in, almost 3 years since I beat it on Commando and Huntress. I have a couple done on, what's it called? Akron? For some reason, Akron's name brings out the Northeasterner in me. The Eacrid. It's fun. But yes, I have E4 done on Akron, and then I have E7 done on Seeker. So I'm going to finish her up, and I think next is either Void Fiend or Loader, just because those are some of my more comfortable characters, and they're just easier. I don't know. I'm so happy that I have Commando done, because it's that he's got to be the hardest. Maybe Chef is now. I don't know. I think Chef's for sure going to be the last. In fact, I haven't played any Chef since getting the background video for the update video that I did a while back. So, yeah. I just don't like him at all. I don't know. Every part of his build just is not for me, and he's just not that strong of a character. His right click is one of the most disappointing things I've ever used. But this isn't a Chef video, this is a Seeker video. Seeker's definitely one of the best parts of this DLC. I love her. She is amazing. I think I'm definitely, after I beat E8, I might try to beat E8 a couple times just to make sure that my knowledge is honed on it, but I think I'm confident enough that I know enough about Seeker, because I played 30 hours of her, but I don't know how to describe it, or how much it's actually been, but I played a lot of time on Seeker, and in the past week, so she's, I feel like I'm eventually going to be confident enough to make a tips video. Back when I made the Commando and Huntress ones, those were from old knowledge from when I beat the game or BE8 on those characters, but looking back on them, they're not very good, as the comments made sure to tell me. And yeah, so I'll probably do it for Seeker, though, because I'm much more confident in this character. I'm much more... I feel like I definitely know a lot more about this character than I do most others, and it's a lot of fun. Hey, I was just looking for a new portal. How convenient. Let's get out of here. I'm just showing this off to see how to like show you guys how long you can stay in this just by getting like a little bit of barrier. It doesn't do that much damage. It's now currently doing 1 per tick. It does go up as our maximum health goes up, but I'm gonna kill her with the topaz brooch, the trophy hunter's tricorn. But you can watch my health bar right now, how slowly this damage is going, and something you might not know about Sojourn is how the damage constantly and theoretically infinitely stacks up, so we can just hit up one of these and just instantly kill everything after a while. Of course, once we get more health later, it will absolutely get out of hand a lot faster. I'm not paying attention. I'm so focused on talking, how dare I? Gotta get that extra infusion value before the game forces me out. I have to. Just one last Lemurian before I get taken out. I have to. It's mandatory. Alright. All I'm here for is some wonderful, everyone's favorite. It's a household classic. The Shape Glass. We love it. We love it. We all know it. We all love it. I might have taken it a little bit too early, but I'm not too worried about it. Hey, I need that, but not right now. This one I want to go to. I mean, we could. I don't really want the Aurelianite seed, though, so I'm not going to bother. Not really a reason to. If we go to the Reformed Altar, we'll be able to go on the Path of the Storm, which I've learned the Path of the Storm is really nice for one reason, and that's because you get to go to the Treeborn Colony, which is on Stage 3, which is an incredibly small map, and it saves you so much time. Yes, the enemy pools are not great on that, on it, but, you know, it's still a lot of fun. I think, at least. Okay. I actually have to focus here, because with Shape Glass, while our damage is a little bit busted, we also have very little health. Shocking, I know. It's almost like that's the point of the entire item. But as we get more repulsion armor plates, you should need only about 10, no matter how much health you have, since you're only taking 1 damage per tick of Sojourn damage. That's all you want. You don't want to take any more, because, you know, that's the lowest you can. If repulsion armor plate could push it lower than that, that'd be insane. Oh, God! Why? I want it so bad. I want it so bad, man. The only reason I grabbed that is for, I was gonna grab Safer Spaces. Safer Spaces is good because, you only want, like, a couple, though, because I believe a lot of damage ticks don't go through it. I don't know if Razorwire works with Safer Spaces. I know Antler Shield doesn't. Not that that matters. We're not using that item today. So, you know, I want to be taking damage, if that makes sense. So, not blocking it. And finally, we have our first Razorwire. This should be pretty good. The only reason we're going to stack Razorwire is for the range, because the damage does not get increased. All the damage is going to come from our damaging white items that we'll get later. However, you know, there's no real reason to do that right now. There's no real reason to stack Razorwire that much. Alright, I've picked this place clean about as best I could. There wasn't that many items, but let's see how good this is now. Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good already, as you can imagine. And we didn't lose any health because of that. And every time something new spawns in, our Topaz Brooch is going to completely refill. We don't need more than 5, really, especially because we have such low health with the Shape Glass, so we don't really have to worry about that. I don't even know... I feel like there's other... we could maybe throw in a Spinal Tonic thing here, but the problem with equipments, for those of you who don't know about this, I'll probably explain this in the intro, is that I can't use my equipment when I'm in Sojourn. It's kind of annoying, but, I mean, this ability is already a little bit busted, so, you know, might as well. But yeah, we're officially in, you know, our ability now of just, I don't have to touch my keyboard anymore. I just sit. I sit and try not to get dizzy. That's it. Maybe I can do one of those drone footage things, you know, that they do with like malls and stuff, where they try to fly through without hitting anything. Woo. It's flawless. We will have to get out of the Sojourn in order to interact with things. Sometimes you can interact with some things, like the teleporter, when you're in Sojourn, but we will have to leave to like pick up items and such. But that's what the Hard Light Afterburner is when we get there eventually. That's what it's for. Oh wait, important. Oh, you can pick up items by doing that. I can still hit my interact button. Anyways, I saw an equipment drone over here, so very important that we give the equipment drone the ahoy hat. Very important. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to get one more shaped glass, right? Like, I don't see why not. Oh no, there's no enemies to kill because I've killed them all and now I'm finally losing health. It actually goes pretty decently fast, but that's only because I have such low health. The Topaz Brooch is so insanely integral to this build that without it, it just wouldn't exist. It's crazy. Like, it would exist, but you wouldn't be able to stay in the Sojourn nearly as long. And because I have such low health, I wouldn't be able to stay in Sojourn for that long. But also because the Topaz Brooch will now, like, basically completely fill my health bar. Talking is hard, okay? Don't judge me. Also, before anyone says anything, no, rolls of pennies do not work with Sojourn. I've tried it out, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with self-damage, anyways. If it did, though, this would be insanely busted. It would be actually insane. I think it might with fall damage, I'm not sure. I don't have one, I don't know why I was about to try, but I think it does with fall damage, so it could be worth exploring. I'm actually gonna remove the chance doll from my item queue, because while it is helpful and valuable, I think that it would just be more valuable to have more white items, since the white items are honestly doing 80% of the work. We don't need more, you know, reds or greens. That's just not something we need. Alright, I'm tired of sitting around doing nothing on this, and we need to go, like, post-loop or something if we want to get more enemies to spawn, because this is incredibly boring. Now, as I do that, right there, almost fall off the map, you might be confused because there's not really much point in stacking Shatter Spleen, but, you know, I suppose we might as well, right? No reason not to, I think. I think, though, that guy's item that I used that on did fall off the map, so that's funny. I kind of want to just fly around during this thing and just shred everything. It could be pretty fun, right? Like, look at this. This is supposed to be an area where you're not supposed to fight anything, you know? You're just supposed to fly through. But I don't think it really matters much when you're able to do this. Can I pick up items? It's much harder to do. Oh, I can! I can, it's just kind of awkward to do because I have to, like, fly by the items. I did not know that I could fully, like, autonomously open chests and such with this, you know, strategy. It's very hard to do, though, because I'm constantly moving forward and I can't stop that. It's interesting to be able to actually get the large chests on this map, because usually I'm not able to do that. Alright, there's not... Right, we didn't bring scrap, so not a whole lot of a reason to mess with the soups right now. I wish I could, but I cannot. Unfortunately. I would like to, though. Very much. Anyways. Alright, let's show off just how strong this thing is. Why is Seeker facing the wrong direction in there? Why was she just looking off, you know, the other way? She was not paying attention. Anyways. Welcome to the easiest way you've ever seen the game be played before. And what, we don't even have full crit, so we're not even getting full value out of Shatter Spleen right now. That's how busted this is. Now I don't know if his third phase kicks you out of this, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't, because we should be able to kill him before he does. We might at least. Is he gonna? Is he going to? Maybe he doesn't if you're too close, I don't know. Well, that was the false sun fight of all time. Also, if you didn't know, it's kind of funny. If if you're on command, and he drops and you kill the false sun, he literally drops a white item. There's nothing more to it. Okay, this will be a good show off. Is the void scene? Yep. This is beautiful. This is how the game is meant to be playing. And now just imagine it with... Now just imagine it in late game when just things are constantly spawning and we'll also have multiplicative damage scaling. That'll be pretty exciting. Oh, scorch worms. I'm so scared. Oh no. I did not know that sales stars could even drop 4 items, I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was 3 maximum. That's pretty cool. I should have shown this off on, like, Eclipse 7 or something. Just to make it that much more impressive that, like, how strong this is. Because self-damage abilities are few and far between, and the previous best option we had for this was the, was Engineer, who can just force his turrets to take all the damage and infinitely heal with Bungus and Aegis and just stay alive. But, yeah. Now we can just take damage constantly by ourselves. And it's perfect. Oh yes, now that we have full crit, we can just remove that from our command queue. And we're going to be getting our watches next, which will just absolutely skyrocket our damage. Absolutely skyrocket it. I do have to be careful. I have a habit of getting a little bit too cocky with god builds like these, and just not paying attention. Grabbing safer spaces instead. Oh my god. With Helmet Hatchery, we don't even need to be in Sojourn to proc it. We can just walk into the lava. Like this. I don't even need to do it. My precious cooldown. Alright, well, we are looping. Because of course we are. I want to see this in full effect. And we don't even have to worry about things like Twisted Elites or Malachite, because we can't take damage in this mode except for our own damage. That's why it's so busted. I think we can still be hit by the void things. We can still be jailed, but I'm not too worried about that happening, considering this moves fast enough on its own. You cannot increase the speed, by the way, with movement speed items, as far as I'm aware. And the speed that you go with Sojourn is based off of your maximum health, and it gets slower over time. Ooh, Viscous Falls. I haven't played on this map yet. Or I have, but I didn't last very long, because I was playing like a normal build. We can go into the cave. Wondrous Day. I love the cave. I think the cave is a really cool addition to this map. Anyways, we have our first Bolstering Lantern, which some people hate, rightfully so, because on normal characters, it usually sucks. But on characters like Seeker, who can forcefully damage themselves and stay immortal, you don't have to worry about that so much. I feel like there should be something over here. I know there's already one guaranteed thing on this map, but it could be neat if there was, like, always an overgrown printer or something. Like the yellow printers, that'd be interesting. I don't know, I think I really like when maps have that. Where it's like, oh, you get extra, you know, stuff if you are careful. Or extra stuff if you, like, learn the maps and know where everything is. Kinda crazy we haven't gotten a single legendary yet. I guess we didn't go to stage 4, right? Because we did the False Sun, so... I suppose it makes sense, but, you know. It's a little bit weird to not have a legendary post-loop, if that makes sense. It's a little bit strange. You better run. You better run. You might think that you can keep running, but you've found yourself caught, haven't you? You've made a terrible mistake. What a shame. We might as well do this just for sake of getting the 3 items from the Halcyonite. Because why not? And it's gonna get a bit dizzying as I try to stay in the radius of the Halcyon Shrine. And not go out. Not that it matters, but, you know, I want to get this done as soon as possible. But yeah, we've officially, if it wasn't clear enough, we've officially reached immortality. Things are spawning in fast enough to get enough Topaz Brooch value that you just live. You just live forever. I'll talk about it at the end of this video, but like some people are like, wow, yeah, I mean, of course this is OP. You're using command, you're doing all of this stuff. But as someone who's been playing a lot of clips with this character, getting like even so much as a fourth of this build is insanely valuable. I had a game where I got like 2 armor plates and I think 1 Razorwire, and that was enough to just be able to spread out the damage and get insane value out of it. You don't need to have all of this stuff to make this insanely valuable. And I'm not even running proccable items like I could be to make this a lot stronger. Yeah, we're doing 4,000 damage per tick now, which is just crazy to me. It's just insane. And then even, like, I love this, even without the Seeker, we're just doing a ton of damage. That's mostly because of multiplicative damage scaling, but still. Anyways, might as well beat the boss for another green item. Why not? Wow, that was really challenging and fun. Oof. I felt challenged, did you? But yes, this build, even so much as a fourth of this build, is still valuable outside of outside of command. Like, you can still do it. I don't know. I think it's a pretty fun fax. Oh yeah, and we don't even gotta worry about Twisted Elites, because we can't take damage. And watch as her health just evaporates. That's crazy. It's so fun. This is, like, this might not be everyone's idea of fun, but the feeling of working up a build, I'm not gonna grab that because it does not pertain to our build, but the feeling of making a build over time and, like, you know, tweaking it and making it perfect is so fun to me, especially when it's command. I don't care if it's easy, it's fun. It's, you know, it's silly. Also, everyone say goodbye to the tar pots on this map, because they will all be gone very quickly. Alright, yes, and now that we have a couple chronic expansions, we'll see how it works. We'll see if we stay in combat. I'll watch that very enticingly to see if it leaves. Okay, it does leave. Unfortunately, chronic expansion won't be as strong as I figured. I believe in combat has to be when, like, you're attacking people, unfortunately. Finally, a legendary. Jesus, took us long enough. But, you know, I believe in combat it counts as, like, when you're attacking someone or when an enemy is attacking you. Not when you're doing just taking damage in general. Ooh, a lunar coin. I needed that. Does anyone remember, like, I don't know if we have very many of my fans are Wii Sports players, or Wii Sports Resort players, because a lot of you are a bit young now, and did you know, also, before I talk about this, did you know that the Wii is considered retro now, because it's more than 15 years old? Yeah. I think that's crazy. It's really weird to think about, but, you know. But yeah, anyways, do y'all remember I think it was called Island Flyover minigame, or just game in Wii Sports Resort? That's what this reminds me of. I'm simply an observer. I no longer am playing this game. Anyways, I'm gonna stay in this just for a little bit longer so that we can dip below. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, we might not get any value out of Bolstering Lantern, unfortunately, because... Okay, I try my best to explain it in the video, but I stumble over my words a lot, and overall it's just really hard to listen to. So instead, I'm just going to voice over what I talk about there in a more concise way. Shaped glass and the Bolstering Lantern do not mix very well when used with Sojourn. This is because Sojourn ends when you reach 1/10 of your total health, which includes Permanent Curse from E8 or Shaped Glass. If that makes sense, so it's like your total potential health. Lantern, on the other hand, works off of your maximum health, which is the actual functional part of your health bar. Because of this, After you take 3 shaped glass, your maximum health becomes 1/4 of your total health, meaning that the Blanturn would now activate after reaching 1/8 of your total health. Now, because the health needed to activate Blanturn is just slightly higher than the health where you'll be kicked out of Sojourn, you're going to have the Blanturn effect for just like a little bit of time, especially when you have as little health as I do in the video. Try to think of it this way: if you had 100 health, the Blanturn would activate at 12.5 health, and Sojourn would kick you out at 10 health, if that makes sense. So it just basically instantly kicks you out. You might get some value out of Blanturn, but it's basically not worth it if you have 3 shaped glasses. Ooh, a lunar coin. It will never not be funny to me to pick that up. It also will never not be funny when someone in the comments doesn't know that I just used a mod and edited my save file and things like that to get this many coins on this account, and they're like, how did you get 1 billion coins? Oh my god, you must have grinded forever. And it's like, no. But it will never not be funny to just say, yeah, I just grinded. You know how it is. Can I grab my Shatter Spleen in peace? Goddamn. So rude, honestly. Anyways, infusions are not as helpful now, but if my math is correct, and I think it might be, we should be effectively getting 1/4 of an HP per infusion thing, which whatever 1/4 of. We should get 250 HP extra with 10 infusions, which is insanely valuable with, you know, this low health. I think. I could be doing that math wrong. In fact, I almost certainly am. I'm a psychology student, okay? I am not known for my math capabilities. There's 2 TC280s on this map. I think it would be wrong of me not to grind up and get them both. I just think it would be. I think I could maybe throw a Wungus into this, perhaps. I think that's a possibility. That could be interesting. Just because when you're in this state, by the way, you are considered sprinting, so things like Wungus and Little Disciple do work with it. So we can heal up our red health while we wait for... while our barrier is up. So, yeah. I don't know, I would really like Bolstering Lantern to work with this, because that's just so much more damage. I don't really know how multiplicative damage scaling works. I just know that it is better to have multiple sources rather than one. And that's all I really need to know, you know? Alright, well, we're able to grind up like 25,000 or 29,000, I believe, needed for both TC280s. They're not integral to this build, I just thought it was funny to have them. They're probably gonna die soon anyways. Actually, no, I kill things so quickly that it likely doesn't matter. Wow. Normally, 3 Imp Overlords might be a little scary for some people, but in this case, not so much. Wow. This truly is the game of all time. I love that this is possible. I love that things like this are possible in this game, because they'll never not be funny. They will never not be funny to me. That's what this game is all really about, you know? Anyways, I have a challenge for this map, a self-assigned challenge, and that is to get the legendary while in my Sojourn thing. Oh my god. Void Seeds are just a joke. I want to get the legendary without crashing. I don't know, I think it could be a fun challenge. Because the rest of this game was not be challenging. Okay, it's not happening. In fact, can I even fit through there without? Oh, I can. It's just very difficult. Well, whatever. I wanted to take Sonorous Whispers out of this. Welcome, everyone, to just the absolute definition of the hubris of man. Or not even the hubris of man, just what overwhelming power does to a motherfucker. I thought that I'd be safe in there, but 2 Gilded Elites is all it took. Honestly, 1 Gilded Elite is all it took to just hit me once, and I died instantly, just like that. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Well, that's the end of this video. I'm gonna let Editing Socks take over for the, sort of conclusion of this video to tell you how realistically viable this build is, as someone who has played almost 30 hours of Seeker lately. So, yeah. So yes, this build can be a little bit ridiculous. Some of you might say that it's not really fair to say that, since I did do this in Command, and the game is much easier that way. However, after playing through E7 on Seeker this past week, I've realized that getting even semi-close to this build is incredibly valuable. So much as 2 armor plates and a bolstering lantern can allow you to charge up the Sojourn's explosion for a decently long time, meaning Razorwire isn't even necessary to get value out of this build. Combined with a focus crystal, a watch or 2, and some healing to recover once you exit Sojourn, this becomes not only a very strong build, but a viable one as well. I could definitely see myself coming back to this build as well, and instead of going for a Razorwire build, I go for a one-shot build with the explosion. Let me know if you want to see that. Anyways, that's the video. If you enjoy the content I make and don't want to miss an upload, you should subscribe, because it helps me out a lot. Thank you to our members for supporting the channel just that little bit more, and thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.